Hey guys, it's another PR Moose division breakdown. Today we're going over the AFC East. Nobody commented, but I'm doing it anyway. Just remember, if you do want a specific division of the 4 remaining, just let me know down in the comments below. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if someone comments before this video comes out, I'm going to be in a lot of happy feelings. So I'm going to go record the video. Thank you guys so much for your support recently. 50 views in one day on yesterday's video is just absurd. So I really appreciate that, and I'll talk to you guys all as soon as possible. I'll see you guys later. Alright, we're starting off here. The AFC East, our 4th place team. Not much of a surprise here. It is the New York Jetropolitans. Break down their schedule real quick. They lose week 1 Carolina. They lose to New England. I think they lose to Denver. They could win this game. That's very winnable for them. They also go ahead and lose to Tennessee before picking up a nice little win streak here. Most of their wins coming down this middle stretch here. They go 6-2 over this stretch here. Atlanta, New England, Cincinnati. Indy, they beat Buffalo. They get swept by Miami. They beat Houston. They beat Philly. This would be the first time in like the modern era they've beaten Philly or something like that crazy. And then they lose to a bunch of really good teams towards the end of the stretch. The only game you could probably flip here is Jacksonville. Everything else here is pretty reasonable, but that's the New York Jets schedule. Going over here, Zach Wilson is the MVP. Didn't really know what else you could put here, so Zach Wilson is named that MVP. So he's also the Offensive Player of the Year. He's also the Rookie of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Quinnen Williams. I think he's going to thrive under Robert Saleh's new system. I'm really excited to see how he plays here in year 3. And most improved player, Jamison Crowder. I think Crowder is going to really benefit from Elijah Moore being on the team, and he's going to have an explosive year with Zach Wilson. Jumping quickly to the predictions, Zach Wilson has a very all-right rookie year. This is pretty comparable to like Daniel Jones, just with way less turnovers. So 23 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 3,400 yards. Not really a lot of like busting talent on that offense, so I don't think he's going to be insane year 1. Bold prediction, Jets defense finishes top 10 in total yards. That's 100% likely. I think that's a pretty talented front 7 they have there. Plus, I'm pretty sure they're getting CJ Mosley back. I don't know what that situation is, but I think he's going to be there. And then boldest prediction is Michael Carter finishes with more total yards than any other rookie running back. And that's rushing and receiving, and that's just boldest prediction. I've made a lot of those rookie running back predictions. So New York Jets finishing 6-11, 4th in the division, and they would be the 10th overall pick in the draft this upcoming year. If they want to draft an offensive lineman for Zach Wilson, someone in the secondary, whatever they think is most pressing for their team. Coming in now is the New England Patriots. Here with being 3rd place in the AFC East. Quickly breaking down their schedule, they get off to a really nice start. Quick 5-1 start, 5-2 after losing to the Jets, which I think is going to be kind of like their most embarrassing loss. They do lose to the Chargers this time around after humiliating them last year. I think with much better coaching, the Chargers are going to be a much better team. Carolina, they get that W, some revenge for Cam Newton. Lose to Cleveland, Tennessee, Buffalo, a bunch of really solid teams. They beat Atlanta, Indy. They always beat Indy. They get that 1 win against Buffalo. Some pretty tough losses at the end, though. Overall, I think this Patriots team is like the definition of mediocre. But MVP Cam Newton, he's also the most improved player. Also the Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think Mac Jones is going to play a single game this year. And watch him be like named the starter or something. I think Cam Newton's going to play this whole year. Kyle Van Noy, Defensive Player of the Year, returning from Miami. He's an explosive playmaker. He knows the system with a bunch of other guys there. I think he's going to be great. And then Christian Barmore, I think he's going to be... Him or Cameron McGrone, the linebacker from Michigan, are going to be the studs on that defense almost immediately, and I'm really excited for that. So, overall, Patriots are going to go 9-8. They are 3rd in the division, and they're a potential wildcard team. I think they're either the 8 or 7 seed in the East. And Buffalo. Now, there's a few things that put Buffalo behind Miami for me. One, I think Miami's defense is overall better than Buffalo's. I think Buffalo is a pretty solid defense. I think Miami's is better. And I think outside of Stephon Diggs, I think Miami's weapons have better depth. I think they have better tight ends. I think I would trust Myles Gaskin as much as that running back core of Devin Singletary or Zach Moss, I believe, the kid from Utah. So, breaking down the schedule real quick, they do get those first 2 wins, Pittsburgh and Miami, before losing to the Washington football team. They beat Houston, of course they do, but they get those losses, Kansas City, Tennessee, who always beats Buffalo in close games, Miami, Jacksonville are really nice wins for them. They get that tough loss to the Jets. They always play super close. It's always a one-score game against the Jets. And I think this Jets team is good enough to finally win that game. And then they get a nice win streak, Indy, New Orleans, New England. And they kind of finish out on top. They lose to Tampa. They lose to New England, beat the Atlanta, beat the Jets, and they'll be riding high into the playoffs. And I think this is going to be a good offensive team. I don't know how good their defense is going to be, though. MVP is, of course, Josh Allen. He's the Offensive Player of the Year as well. Defensive Player of the Year, Trey White. Best player in that defense. Rookie of the Year, Greg Rousseau. I'm super high on Greg Rousseau. I had him as a top 10 player of the entire draft class. So, super excited for him to be in Buffalo. And Most Improved Player, Devin Singletary. Really excited to see his third year in that Brian Daboll offense now that he is going to be flanked by Zach Moss. So really interesting to see how Buffalo moves forward with this season. So 11-6 overall record, second in the division, and the 6-seed wild card. And I had to find a way to sneak Money Mitch into this slideshow. I just needed to do it. All right, and this might hurt your eyes a bit. Miami. Let's break down the schedule. 2 tough losses in the division to begin the year. They go on a road stretch. They beat Las Vegas, Indy, lose to Tampa, who I think is going to be the overall best team in the league. Jacksonville, Atlanta, easy wins. They get swept by Buffalo. They beat Houston. They lose to Baltimore. And then things kick into gear with a bunch of really easy games. They have a much easier schedule than Buffalo, and I think it's going to show. They got the Jets twice. They got Carolina. They got the Giants. 4 easy games there. They got a weak New Orleans, a weak Tennessee, and then they beat New England at home, where they always beat New England. And they will finish 12-5 with those 5 early losses against good teams being their only 5 losses. MVP Xavier Howard, also Defensive Player of the Year. You can see my prediction. He has 7 takeaways and anchors that top 10 defense. I'm super excited for his development in the Flores system, because this is really only his second year in the Brian Flores system. Offensive Player of the Year does go to Tua, though. I do think Tua is going to develop nicely. I have a lot of faith in Tua. I just don't think he's going to be the defining player of the team. I think Xavier Howard is. Rookie of the Year, I think it's going to be Jalen Phillips over Jalen Waddle. I don't think Waddle's going to see the field a whole lot, and I think Phillips is going to make an immediate impact with a good defensive coordinator if he's healthy. And you can see he has the bold prediction with 10-plus sacks and wins the league Defensive Rookie of the Year. And, of course, Tua is the most improved player. And you can see in the boldest prediction, I have him finishing, 4,500 total yards on one of the league's best offenses. Of course, I don't think that's actually going to happen. That doesn't factor into this prediction. It's just the bold prediction. So that is Miami going to 12-5. They win the division for the first time since I don't know, and they're the 3 seed in the conference behind Kansas City and I believe Baltimore. So exciting news there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I know this video is a little bit shorter than the last 2. Kind of had to force it out. Please comment down below whether you guys want to see the NFC East or the NFC South tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys all then. See ya.